Our du'as, our prayers can all be answered all at once, like spiritual atonement of all of our du'as, like all our goals can all be achieved and all be answered in 1 month. Ramadan is only given to us by Allah only a year, once a year, for for it to cater for all the months in that year. That is Ramadan. Now this video is for all my girlies, for all my people that have their vision board all up to date. The vision board is looking there and you're sitting there and you're looking at it and you're like, how am I gonna achieve this? Ramadan is for all you babes. Ramadan is for all you sis. Like all the my girlies that think, you know what? How am I gonna get that 6 figure? How am I gonna achieve that dream job? How am I gonna get the dream car? Ramadan is a month for that. And I know that you've been slacking on it because you don't actually know like how you can achieve that, but I'm here. Phew, that was a long intro, but let's get into this video. Now, bestie, when you think of Ramadan, when I think of Ramadan, let me tell you something. When I think of Ramadan, I'm thinking of the movie Uncanny Encounter. Have you ever watched a series, Uncanny Encounter? Well, if you haven't watched it, please don't go and watch it in Ramadan. I am not motivating you to watch it. But for those that have watched Uncanny Encounter, you get these superpowers, the people with superpowers, and then they have a territory. When the territory is summoned around them, the superpowers are actually enhanced. Their strength are enhanced, their visions are enhanced, their ability to do everything is enhanced. Well, I look at Ramadan as that territory for us. Like for those besties, for all my girlies, for anybody that is watching this video and you know Uncanny Encounter and you know the territory that I'm talking about, please do comment down below and say, yeah, you do understand what I'm talking about. Like Ramadan is actually their territory for us. Like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is like, you know what, this is your territories, let your abilities and your du'as and everything He enhances everything. Like for a whole month, we have this territory going on around us. Like I can be delusional at some point, but Ramadan needs you to be delusional with your du'as, with your goals, with everything. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is like, you know what, let me put this territory for you, let your abilities, let your barakahs and your blessings multiply. Like barakah multiply. Like everybody can testify that in Ramadan your barakahs are multiplied. Like everything just goes smoothly. Like your day is just full of like a breeze, like a breeze. Like literally, I'm sitting here and I'm doing this video. Like this is the 4th day of Ramadan, I think. Happy Ramadan for all the Muslims in the world, if I have not said that. But Ramadan is such a breeze. Like it's such like I feel like breathing in and breathing out, and it's so easy to do that. Like everybody can testify to the barakah multiplied, barakah enhanced. Like your risk is enhanced. Like nobody, I don't think anybody goes hungry in the month of Ramadan. Like except for the people that are suffering from calamities, the people that are suffering from disasters. Like if you are hungry before Ramadan, like in Ramadan you get food in Ramadan. Like your risk is multiplied, your risk is enhanced in Ramadan. Like I can testify to this. Like there's a lot of people that can testify to this territory enhancement. Risk is multiplied in such a way that iftar time the tables are full with multiple dishes. Like there's let's get into it. Let's talk about this. Like in Ramadan, there's no one dish course. Like there's no one dish like main course. Like everything is multiplied. Like you have a whole lot of dishes of everything. And the cooks in the kitchen, 100% on you guys, thumbs up. You guys are the it. You guys are superwoman. You guys are like the it. Because you make sure that we eat. You make sure that we partake in iftar and we like into it. Like those ladies in the kitchen, they're like, no, this is a celebration. People have to celebrate. Like that's why I'm telling you, Ramadan is like risk is multiplied, food is multiplied, it's enhanced. Your iman. Let's not talk about your iman. Your iman is multiplied. Territory multiplies and enhances your iman like tenfold. Like what can I say? Abdullah wasn't praying before last month. He wasn't praying at all. Even 5 times Salah, Abdullah wasn't praying. But now Abdullah is going to the masjid. Abdullah is going to the masjid and Abdullah is praying. He's praying 5 times Salah. You know what? Maryam is praying 5 times Salah. Maryam is even waking up for tahajjud at night. Abdullah wasn't even wearing his kaftan. He wasn't even wearing his kurta. But Abdullah is wearing his kurta 24/7. He even had his topi on. He has his on. Like, Like iman is actually multiplied. Like all the ibadah that is done in the month of Ramadan, like people, they like, I can't actually emphasize this. Like breathe. Like Ramadan, your iman is multiplied to the extent where you can't actually explain it. It's unexplainable. Like it's like an automatic switch, and you are already performing your salah. Like you are friends with Allah. Like the mosque, the imam actually sees you going to the mosque. Taraweh, not to talk about Taraweh. Taraweh is performed like literally, like I don't know, but you get what I'm saying. This territory, this enhancement, this multiplication of all these things, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala enhances it to such an effect that we are not even acknowledging. Like we like what you see, we have superpowers in Ramadan, like superpowers to perform ibadah. We have it in Ramadan. Du'as, your du'as are given a VIP entrance, like literally, like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is there collecting, like giving it royalty treatment, like, yeah, come in. Yes, you accepted, you accepted. That's what happens in the month of Ramadan. And you are there slacking, girl, sis. You are there slacking and looking at what is not supposed to be seen. You are there stressing on what is not supposed to be stressed at all. Like you there stressing on how your house should look like. Not saying that your house shouldn't look good. It should look good, but it shouldn't be in such a way that you are over stressing about it. Don't stress about it. Don't stress about it. Just clean that house, mop it, clean it, dust away all the dust, put some oud, and you're fine. Continue with your ibadah. Now, I'll be preaching to you here without telling you how to achieve this. Like the title of this video, let's get into it. Because I needed to knock your head. I needed to, to put some sense into your head before I can tell you what to do. I needed to do that for you because at the end of the day, you are distracted over simple things. You are distracted over something you shouldn't be distracted about. Okay, so now that I've gotten your attention, I hope that you are still here with me. We still together. Yeah, we are. Are we here? Can you hear me? Are we together? Now that we are here together, now I can tell you about the stuff that you can do to get your goals, to get your dreams achieved in the month of Ramadan. Yes. Yeah, I mean it. What I'm about to tell you, these actions are for the poor, the actions are for the rich, the actions are for everybody, everyone. Because in the month of Ramadan, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the stress about the month of Ramadan is that the poor and the rich should all feel the same. We all fasting in the month of Ramadan. We are all going the whole day. We are hungry in the month of Ramadan. Nobody is eating, nobody's drinking, and we are all doing ibadah that is almost alike. Like we all pray 5 times salah. We are all guarding our mouth. We are all guarding our eyes. We are all guarding our ears. Speak no evil, see no evil, say no evil, hear no evil, kind of thing. So we are all on the same path. We are all on the same thing. So I'm going to tell you about the actions that you're supposed to be doing in the month of Ramadan that can give you a better, a better sense of who you are at the end of the day. That can drive you closer to your goals. You are sleeping on this month that occurs only once a year, and you don't even know if you're going to make it next year. Advice that you have a plan to begin with. You need a plan. You cannot go into this month without a plan. Like I know there's some people out there that do go into this month without a plan, like, but everyone out there, every Muslim out there, you're gonna go into the month of Ramadan with a plan. You need to go into the month of Ramadan with a strategy because we have a life outside the month of Ramadan. Like we're working, we're going to school, and at the same time, we are trying to multiply these ibadahs in such a way that there is a lot of ibadah. We're stacking up on ibadah would that life, would our normal life put on top of it. So sometimes you can be like stressed out, sometimes you can be like overworked. So you need to have a strategy so that you don't overwork yourself. You don't, the steam just stays in one place and you are able to do all of this in the whole 30 days of Ramadan and you don't miss out a day. So you need a plan. You need a strategy plan. You need what to do. Like you need to write down what you want. All right. First and foremost, you're going to write down what you want. You're going to write down your goals. Now, I know they're on your vision board. Take it down from your vision board and make it into a list. make it into a list, like list it down on a paper, and that paper you can actually stick it where you pray or where you perform your salah. If there's a wall, stick it there so you see it whenever you're making dua, whether it's a farad salah, whether it's a sunnah salah, whether it's a witr salah, nafil salah, any salah that you are making, you're gonna see those list of your goals, of what you want, of your dreams, of your hopes and aspirations. You're gonna look at them and you're gonna pray for them. All right, you need that list written down and put like close to where your musalla is or where you are praying in the month of Ramadan. After that, making a strategy, I mean, like you need like a 30-day plan. You need like a 30-day plan. You need to write down of what you're going to be doing every single day for the 30 to 29 days that you're going to be, it's going to be more than your normal. This plan should look like this. I'm going to put it up here. So you can actually see what you want. You can actually tweak it to your liking. So what you're going to do is that you're going to add 3 actions in this everyday 30-day plan Ramadan. You're going to add 3 actions that is going to be an extracurricular. It's going to be an extra activity, extra ibadah. All right. So if you do not pray your sunnah salahs, you are going to add your sunnah day. If the list is supposed to help you make life easy, 30-day list is supposed to make your day-to-day Ramadan easy. Sometimes get caught up in things where you forget to do what you want to do because there's, especially us ladies, especially us women, we are cooking duty, cleaning duty, so we forget to do the extra ibadah. So if you have the 30 days list there, you have a challenge on what you're going to be doing today so that you don't get lost and you don't get it all mixed up. The day we are already on like our 4th day, we're almost done with the first 10 days of Ramadan, and it just goes by so fast. Like Ramadan literally goes by so fast, and if you don't strategize and you don't do a list of what you're going to be doing every single day, you're not going to be reaping the fruit. You're not going to be reaping the barakah and the blessings from the. You're almost done with the list. Like, you're done with the making a dua list. Like, I promise you, my dua list is a lot. Like, it goes up to like 30 things, and I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid to say that it's a lot, because at the end of the day, Allah is Al Kareem. Allah is generous. Like, you cannot say that like, you're limiting yourself to like 10 duas, 5 duas. Don't limit yourself. That's the wrong way to do it. Like, tell Allah whatever you want. Let Him be the judge of what He wants to give you. Like, tell Him everything. This is a month where you pour it down. Like, you pour everything to Him, and He will answer. I promise you, He will answer. He will make everything possible. Every other thing. Like, tell Him, be a kid in a candy store. Like, tell Him, I want this, I want that, I want that, I want that. You do it, and you shouldn't be afraid of doing it. I promise you, He's gonna answer. He's gonna answer you, and you will be so happy at the end of the day that you did tell Him. You understand? Our list is Salah. Like, Salah is the key to Jannah. Salah is the key to everything. Salah is very important, yeah, but attending Salah is more important. Like, being there for the 5 times Salah, being there for the Tahajjud, being there. And how can we get so involved in our Salah that our Salah is the first thing that comes into our mind when we hear the Azan? Like, I should go and perform Salah. Like, we need to be friends with our Salah. Like, we need to be connected to the Salah. You need to know that your Salah is the only gateway for you to achieving your goals. Your Salah is the only gateway between you and your Lord. It's the only way you can converse with Him. It's the only way you can talk to Him. So you need to love making Salah. And how do we love making Salah? This is what you need to do, guys. If you are not doing it, you need to start doing it today. So how do we do that? We do that by making sure that our musalla is clean. Clean your musalla, Mariam. The musalla that you had last month, you needed to clean it. You need to wash it. Do you know that musallas can be washed? Do you know that musallas can be washed? So you need to wash your musalla, Mariam. So you need to wash your musalla, have your musalla looking great, have your musalla smelling great. All right, where you're praying, wherever you are going to be performing your salah, that place is looking nice. Make sure that place is adorned, that a place is looking so clean, it's looking adorable, it's looking like a place where it's attracting you to go and make your salah, go and read your salah. And what I like to do is that I like to sew 2-piece salah sets that I use when reading my salah. Like, you can do that. You can just allocate a particular hijab, a particular abaya or a kaftan that you're gonna be reading salah with. Like, like a burqa, like a nice burqa that is the same color as your kaftan, is the same color as your abaya. It's comfortable, it's loose when reading salah. You need to love salah. Have that place smelling. Have oud, like, have oud like smelling all around that place. Let it smell nice. Let let you be attracted to it. And how are you going to be attracted to it if you don't make it look nice? Like, and And when it comes to the salah, you also need to look nice. Don't just take a shower when it's time for salah. You're taking a shower, you're coming from the kitchen, you're smelling of fish, you just, put whatever you got on and then you go straight to salah. No, go wash yourself, put some deodorant, make sure you're looking fantastic, make sure you're looking nice, make sure you're looking good for Allah. Like he's a person that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he's the mighty, he's Alim Malikul Muluk. He's gonna be the one that is gonna be answering your du'as. Don't you wanna look nice for him? Like when you go get a loan, Mariam, when you go get a loan to the bank, you look nice for the bank. So imagine you getting a loan from Allah. Like it's not a loan, like He give it to you. He gives it, like, take it, don't return it. He can give you like $50,000 and he's like, take it, don't return it. You don't have to return it. Why wouldn't you look nice for why wouldn't you look nice for that? Okay, so just try your best in this Ramadan and look nice, look good, look appealing for the salah, for meeting Allah, for having a conversation with Allah. So I wanted to discuss tahajjud, specifically tahajjud, all right? Because this whole video is all about achieving your goals, making sure that your vision board comes to life, making sure that you are getting what you want, making sure that the bay is getting 6 figures at the end of the year if that is your goal, making sure that you are driving that Land Rover at the end of the year. Okay, the Ramadan is making sure of that. In Ramadan, we'll make sure our dreams come true. So we want to talk about the tahajjud. So your tahajjud, number one, your tahajjud. This topic gives me chills. This topic gives me goosebumps. This topic is like the best topic because at the end of the day, I'm also one that, sometimes I do not wake up with tahajjud. Like I'm not good with tahajjud and all. I can sleep, like I can be awake all night, working, doing an all-nighter, like an all-night watching anime. But when it comes to tahajjud, when it comes to that 3 o'clock, like at 3, because the perfect tahajjud is at the time when it's almost Fajr time. You understand? It's almost Fajr. That's the perfect tahajjud. That's the last portion of the night where Allah has promised to come all the way to the first heaven and He's pleading. He's looking for you. He's asking, where are those that want forgiveness? Where are those that want all that? Where are those? So Allah is actually looking for us at those times. So that is a crucial time, and that is the time where you put a pause on that anime and you're like, no, you want to go to sleep. You miss the tahajjud, you miss Fajr. You understand? That is a time where you're like, this is a time where your job, if you are all nighter, if you do all night jobs, like this is a time where your all night job actually ends and you're like, this is the time you want to go to sleep. I know. This is the time where shaitan is at its peak. Like he literally, but now in Ramadan, shaitan is not here, baby. Ramadan, shaitan is not here. He's put away. So there is no excuse for you not praying your tahajjud. Now, I would like to stress the fact that you need to keep yourself healthy. You need to make sure that you are in a place to read this tahajjud. Let's go again to the first step. You need to make a list. You need to make a 30-day planner to make sure that you're not doing the most during the day so that you reserve the energy for tahajjud. Most of us are in the kitchen from morning till night. Yes, you, Hamida, you are in the kitchen morning till night. You are in the kitchen cooking up a storm, and then when it's time, sometimes you even go for taraweh. You go for taraweh and then you are all exhausted that you cannot even wake up for tahajjud. You need to make sure that you are planning your day and you are leaving your energy, you are resting up for the time where you are praying your tahajjud. Remember, your tahajjud is only 2, 4, 6 rakats. 2 rakats, whether you're going to be doing 4 rakats, whether you're going to be reading 6 rakats. And in these rakats, it's in twos. And in these rakats, you are reading longer surahs. All right? You are reading much more longer surahs. And during this time of tahajjud is where you ask, is where you bring your list. Okay, so after you read your salah, I'm going to give you like a little secret. Don't tell anybody. When you read your tahajjud salah, read it at night. You understand? Read it at the time where, it's almost close to Fajr time. All right. When you read it, wake up, read 2 rakats. It can be 2, you can do 4, you can do 6. Wake up, pray the longest surah that you know, the longest surah that you have memorized. All right, the longest surah. Me, the one that comes straight to my head, the one that comes straight to right, the one that I know perfectly and no mistake is Amma Yatasa'alun. Amma Yatasa'alun. That's one. That's the one that comes straight to my head when I'm reading my tahajjud. After Amma come Wailul lil Mutaffifin. Like those are the ones I know perfectly. Like I can even say them in my sleep. All right, so those are the ones that I chose and allocate for reading tahajjud because they are longer. The tahajjud should be longer surahs. All right, so after you read, when you have already completed your salah and now you are reading your du'as, first thing is first, you need to ask for maghfirah. All right, you need to, you say sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you give tidings of the Rasul, you praise the Rasul. and you call Allah onto His name. All right, this is a month of Ramadan. You need to make sure that you know the 99 names. You've memorized the 99 names, and you know the meaning of 99 names. Even if learning two names per day, learning their meanings, learning their backgrounds, like learning what their names stand for. Like, what does Al Karim mean? What does Al Razak mean? Ghafurur Rahim, Dhul Jalali wal Ikram. What does it mean? So you need to incorporate these into your du'as, like when you're making your du'as. Incorporate those Allah's name. Nur samawati wal ard, Rabbul mashriqain wa Rabbul maghribain. All those are names to praise Allah. You need to invoke Him. You need to praise Him. After you have praised Him, read your istighfar. Like, read your istighfar as many times. Read it like 150 times. I read 200 times istighfar. After you read your istighfar, read Surah Fatiha. Right? Read the whole of Surah Fatiha. After you read the whole of Surah Fatiha, you need to start to say your gratefulness, your gratitude. Alright? You need to say, I'm grateful for this. You need to say, I'm grateful for that. After you have said what you are grateful for, then you take out that list, Habibi. You take out that list, Habibti. You take out that list on that wall and you say everything that you want to say, everything that you want Allah to say, to give you during that year. Say it. Don't limit yourself. Say everything that you want to say then. Like, all your dua, all your goals, all your dreams. Like, I'm getting too excited when I say this. Like, say everything that you want to say. Like, even if it's 50,000 duas, even if it's 50,000 things that you want Allah to do for you, He will do it. He came from the seventh heaven to the first heaven just to listen to your duas. Why are you limiting yourself? Why? Alright, so you're gonna say it. After you say it, then you're gonna seek a refuge from the qabr. You're gonna seek refuge from all the evil things, evil eyes, all the bad things in life. After you seek refuge, you're gonna read again. You're gonna pray Salah, send salam and salutation to the Rasul, and you're gonna close your du'as. And I promise you, this is a strategy. If I read my tahajjud like this, and I read my du'as like this, and I'm at peace, and nothing is distracting me, nothing is in my head, everything that I ask for, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grants me. Like I'm a living testimony. Like, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes it so easy that He gives me those things. Everybody has testimonies to tahajjud. Tahajjud never goes wrong. It's like an arrow, poof, that go straight to his target. Thing that I would like to put in here on the Ramadan guide is that you need to read your Quran. Like, you need to read Quran. You need to emphasize Quran into your day-to-day activities of Ramadan. You need to read your Quran. Like, I cannot emphasize this more. If you're not going to finish the whole khatam of the Quran, and remember, everybody has their own ways of reading the Quran, do not compare yourself to another person. If you want your goals and aspirations and your whole year resolution, like whatever you have, you need to incorporate reading the Quran inside. Like, it's the Quran that is going to guide you. It's the Quran that is going to guide you on achieving these goals. Like, the Quran is the one that is going to open ways for you to know how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make it possible for you to achieve these goals. And there is some stuff in your vision board, or there is some stuff in your life that is happening that, you know what, it doesn't need Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to answer your du'as. Like, it doesn't need a du'a. Like, you can actually solve it on your own by reading the Quran. You understand? So there's a ayah, there's a surah specifically for marriage. You can solve this issue by reading this ayah. Like, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that in the Quran that if you do not, like, for men, if they do not have the money and the means to get married, like, you should fast. Like, there's other stuff that you're on your vision board, there's other stuff on your goals, there's other stuff in your dreams that you want to achieve that can be solved by reading the Quran. So in Ramadan, I would love it if you make time to read the Quran. Like, if you don't know how to read the whole Quran, like, you can make time by reading the meaning of the surahs, by reading the translation of the Quran each and every single day, or every consecutive day, or 3 times a week. Allocate a time where you can read the meaning of Surah Baqarah. Like, you can read the Surah Hud, or Ankabut, or Surah Ankabut. Like, there's a lot of surahs, these beautiful surahs that can be answers to your prayers and can be answers to your du'as. You just haven't looked for. Not only reading the Arabic of the Quran, but try to read the English. All right, try to read the English, or try to read whatever language that fits you. If you want to read it in Zulu, there's a Zulu translation of the Quran. If you want to read in Afrikaans, there's a Afrikaans translation of the Quran. So you can read in whatever language. To guide you is a guidance. The Quran is a guidance, so you are able to be guided of some of the stuff that is in your goals. Like, some of the things can be so little, Allah has already put an answer for it in the Quran, and you will get the answer in the Quran. So everything is multiplied. So you know that at the end of the day, if you're reading Surah Fatiha, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would multiply that tenfold. Right? If you don't know the Quran, you don't know how to read the Quran as yet, what you can do for all my reverts, read Surah Fatiha. Read Surah Fatiha even 1,000 times. Read Surah Fatiha every day 10 times. Reading Surah Fatiha like 10 times, I think, is equal to reading the whole Quran in virtues. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the virtues and the blessings and the barakah and the reward is accounted for the alphabets of the Quran, not the surah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala rewards you for each alphabet of the Quran. So if it's Alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has rewarded you for how many alphabet is it in that ayah? He has rewarded you for each and every alphabet in that ayah. You know what? Try your best to do all sorts of ibadat in Ramadan. You know this rule, and it's every way that you know what we're trying to do the most in Ramadan. Let's try to capture everything in Ramadan, but you're gonna get exhausted. You're gonna only do this for 5 days, and the rest of Ramadan you're doing your own thing. So the only way to make sure that you're not exhausted, but you are still reaping the reward and you are still getting the fruits of Ramadan, is that do things that are natural to you, but do it in multiples. Like if you love reading your salah, then read the sunnahs. Read all the sunnahs in the month of Ramadan. Try to reading all the sunnahs. If you love reading the Quran and reading the Quran comes natural to you, then go ahead. Then read the Quran. Read as many surahs as you want. You know, giving sadaqah comes natural to you, then go ahead and give sadaqah. Do that which comes natural to you in abundance, then you will reap the reward of Ramadan. Then your du'as are going to be accepted. Remember that we are trying, our du'as have VIP entrance to go to Allah, but we are also trying to send this dua, we're trying to send off these du'as in a good way with good ibadats, following the du'as. So that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is like, check, without even holding a second. All right, we want our du'as to be accepted, we want our goals to be fulfilled. Like, I literally, Ramadan is the month for me. Ramadan is like no other month for me. Like, I am so happy, and I hope that you are also happy. I hope that you are fulfilled. I hope that you are at peace, because there is no other month that we are devoid of, like, stress is away from us, like depression is away from us than Ramadan. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes the days go out so easily. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes the sleep come easily. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is so, is so merciful, and He's so giving in the month of Ramadan. Like, we can never be so grateful for it. And yeah, I hope your Ramadan has been going well. I have been sick from the beginning of this Ramadan. From the first day of this Ramadan, I have been sick. Conjunctivitis, a bacteria in the eye where it makes pink eyes, and it's been so bad for me. Like, it takes like 6 days. You remember me in your duas. I hope that all your duas are answered, and I hope that you are not afraid to ask Allah for all your duas and all your goals. And I hope that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala fulfills all your goals and you come out of this Ramadan like a better person. I'm so sorry if you happen to hear like noises in the background or anything. Forgive that. Forgive me for my mishap. If I have missed anything in this segment or in this video, please do forgive me. If I've said anything wrong, if I had, did something like a fatwa or invented something, please do forgive me. I'm only a Muslim. I'm only speaking on my experiencing and my own excitement and pleasure for the month of Ramadan, which I would love to share it with you, Habibti. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to subscribe and like this video. See you next time. Assalamu alaikum.